So welcome to our second and final stop on the 2-day boat pass that we bought. You'll see that I shared Ždrilca Island yesterday, and today I'm sharing the trip to Stepanska, which is on the island of Marinkovac, which is another of the Plakeni islands. So there's a very famous beach and bar here just as you get off, and it's called Carpe Diem, and it has pretty world-renowned beach parties and attracts world-famous DJs. There's also lots of Instagrammable backdrops for photos and videos. There's this swing here, which I didn't get a chance to queue up for and have a go on, but there's lots of amazing photo opportunities around the bar area. It's definitely fun to have a look around at all the little props that they have. And I do love that about the Plakeni Islands. Each of them has its own unique identity and is a little bit different from the rest. So this is the famous Carpe Diem bar. We didn't go for a drink here because my friend, who is quite an avid traveller, had decided that we should trek all the way across the island to go to a different area which apparently had the cutest beach bar. So we decided to go off on a mini hike to the Mamato bar, which is in the Ždrilca Bay. I hope I pronounced that right. It took me a lot of effort to find out how to pronounce it, and I actually had to ask a Croatian Facebook friend. This birdcage swing was my favourite prop here, but you can't go too fast on it because, as you see, I hit the edge and the whole thing started rocking off the floor. There's also some very quirky, fun toilets. I have no idea what the men's look like. I'll have to watch someone else's video for those. So my friend had found online that the walk over to Mamato Bar would take about 25 minutes, but then we chatted to the guy at the front of Carpe Diem and he said, wow, no, it's going to take you about an hour and you're not dressed appropriately, so I wouldn't do it, and he really encouraged us not to, but we completely ignored good advice. I'm not saying you should do the same, and we walked it. So they said to follow the trail, and it was pretty easily mapped out. So it's marked with these white stones. We went in August and it was pretty blistering hot when there was no shade, but I would say a good 70% of the walk was through the trees. So it was actually really nice, and we got some absolutely stunning views over the water. I've always been a bit afraid of going on these long walks in nature abroad, but actually because I was with a well-travelled friend, it gave me a bit more confidence, and I probably would be more likely to do it again. So It was an absolutely stunning walk. I don't mind walking a long way. Like I said, I was just a little bit worried about getting lost, but actually, even though we didn't have GPS because it wasn't listed on maps, we did have a signal the whole journey, so there was always the opportunity to call somebody if we needed to. And it was actually relatively simple to find and to follow. It took us about 45 minutes on the way, probably due to questioning things and stopping. But on the way back to Carpe Diem, I actually timed it and it took 25 minutes, but we did walk very directly on the way back. You're right. Hopefully, if you do decide to walk it, you can see the route from my video. At this point, we are pretty much there and you can even see it in the distance. Right. This is like a cute spot. You busy? That's what it said, it's very busy. So the bar and restaurant did look incredible, but it was very, very difficult to get a seat. All the tables were gone. We did eventually manage to find a cute little seat overlooking the bay, which was really nice, but we had to wait quite a while for it. I'll give you a little tour of the restaurant just in case you're luckier than us and manage to find a seat. We just had time for a quick cocktail here and then we headed down to the beach. And when we got down there, we missed some really amazing seating areas. I'm going to show you them in a second. So here you go. I'm absolutely gutted that I didn't find these before we ordered. So don't be like us and come down here straight away. A lot of them are reserved, but I think you can sit on this table and there's also some lounges at the front. The only downside with Croatia is that nearly every beach is pebbled and they're very, very painful to walk on. So they have these mats that are rolled out into the sea, which are very, very useful and they make it a lot nicer. So I did go in the water, but I didn't film that. Arrived back, it took about 25 minutes, I think. Good old walk through the forest that the man at the front said we would never make in our outfits.
I saw those. I mean,
I did it in socks.
Like a little base, but yeah.
We then got the boat back to Hvar, and I love Hvar and Croatia in general because being from England, cafes close really, really early, and it was so nice to be able to get back and get myself a smoothie and a coffee in the evening. I really loved this Oasis specialty coffee shop. I think it closed at 10 p.m. and I made it just before. They were actually closing, so I managed to get a little film around the garden area that you can have your drink in if you come earlier than me. And then I took my smoothie and I had it outside with my beautiful little street cat friends. This was just a really simple banana, peanut butter, almond milk kind of smoothie, but I really needed it after my day of walking. Hey? What's up? What's the matter, hey?